Hello everybody, welcome back to my short video lesson today. Today in this video lesson we will share with you the new ones that focus on types of farmings. And also in this unit you have to know about some adjectives that explain how different types of farmings are carried out. And the second one describes how wet rice is grown in Asia, describe the characteristic of wet cultivations and describes the characteristics of market gardening. And the last one explains how high-tech farming is done in Singapore. But they only separate for all use some points above, not all in this objective. Okay, so now for the first one, you can see the question on this computer screens that what is shifting cultivations? What do you understand about this? So I give you some uh, points or I elicit for all of you that shifting cultivations refer to the types of farming in which basic tools and burning are used to clear the small areas of land for growing crops. Yeah. So take a look. We can say that this shifting cultivation method is practiced by ancient farming and methods used by our forefathers when the earlier form of agriculture in clearing the forest to raise crops for subsistence began. And also in today's, it is more widely practiced by primitive communities in the remote parts of the tropical interiors. Also, we can say system cultivation is slash and burn agriculture or farming. Yes, it's a farming method that involves the cutting and burning of plants in a forest or woodland to create fields, to grow crops, to grow vegetables to support their daily life in the past. And the number four, scene shifting cultivations is so widely practiced by many primitive tribes in the world. Different local names have been used. Like in Malaysia, it is called ladang. In Indonesia, it is better known as Zuma, and in Philippines, Catherine. In Myanmar, it is termed Chongya, and in Thailand, it's called Tamrai. Yeah. So this is called shifting cultivation that refer to the slash and burn agriculture or slash and burn farming methods that involve the cutting and burning plants in a forest to create fuel. So now move on to the next one. Where is shifting cultivation found? Where is it? According to our textbooks, to page 83, you can open to your books textbook to page 83 or 84. You will see about the shifting cultivation fonts that is yeah, uh, given for use about the pictures of cultivation found. Yes, actually, this shifting cultivation found in many parts of the world. So now take a look to the points that we have to know here. It's practiced mainly in the tropical forests of the world, Amazon basin of South America, Africa, and most parts of Southeast Asia. Yeah, and in Malaysia, shifting cultivation is still carried out by the aborigines of Orang Asli. Orang Asli. Orang Asli, I mean, we can say aborigines or the native or the first people in Malay. Yes, in Malay. And there is estimated about 10,000 hectares of land in Malaysia are used for shifting cultivations by the aborigines of Orang Asli. Yeah, of the first people in Malay. And number four, shifting cultivators in Malaysia is declining as the government discourages this wasteful form of farming. They do not encourage people to do like this, and but it's often the cause of forest fires. But often it's cause, yes, it caused the forest fires. And after we knew about the existing cultivations problem, so how could we carry it about these problems. So now take a look to the next one. How existing cultivation carried out? High slopes, yeah, high slopes they provide better drainage. So about the style for existing cultivations if first selected by some elders in the community who have a good knowledge of the regions. That's why the hill slopes, sorry, they provide better drainage and prosperity to a stream is an advantage as it provides an everyday water supplies. You can take a look to page 84 to know about uh, yeah 84 sorry 85 to take a look at the pictures that is shown for you. Yep, and when the clearing in small size is ready, the ground is loosened by hoes and sticks, and the seeds are sown by hand. And the starches are food crops like paddy, maize, yam, millet, tapioca, or kawasha, sorry, or cassava, legume, bananas, are ground mealy. Yes, are ground mealy. So in number four, the crops are sown at calculated intervals so that the harvest can be stretched to provide food all year round. It's not for export or sales. It is only or they only support and they have the calculations intervals so that the harvest can only stretch to provide food all year round. It means that not for export and sale. And number five, most ladings. In Malaysia, means field or farm of land used for cultivation raising crops do not provide enough food for the entire communities all the time. So women have to gather fruit and meat hunted wild animals or fish in the nearby stream. They also keep some fowls, ducks, and goats as their their longhouses are on stilts. And number six, let's to the next one. Harvesting is normally done by the women. Harvesting is normally done by the women. Actually, in these days in Cambodia, so Cambodian people, especially women, always harvest. Yeah, uh, go to plant the seedling in the land, or cut rice, cut the paddies in the paddy fields. Women is basically did that. They use a sabit. Sabit here I mean in the brackets for you. I mean curl knife. We can say in our language that uh, we can say a simple yeah words that gngao right that is used to cut paddy or to cut rice or small handy knives to harvest. Yeah. So yes, number seven. Gases from burning out the forest add to the fertility fertilities of the soil. Yes, acid from burning. I mean from this uh, slash and burns. It will have a lot of acids from this to the forest. It will add to the fertility of the soil. People, number eight, people abandon the plots and shift to a new place, even on the other side of the rivers. They have to live there. When one place that they cut and burn and slashed the forest at one place, when the soil or that area is not good for them to support their life to plants or to crops, something else there, they have or they need to move from that side to another side, even though it's yeah on the other side of the rivers. Food have to be ground to support a community of 50 to 200 people. Yeah, food have to be ground for support uh, to support communities are 50 people to 200 people. In number 9, the farmers repeat the same system cultivations in a new clearing, burning the forest, loosening the ground. Sorry, do not EH, I mean there, this one is there. Yeah, loosening the ground, sowing the seeds, etc. Yeah, the farmers do it again and again. I mean, they used they practice system cultivation in a new clearing. Yeah, I mean they have to burn forest and loosen the ground, sowing the seed to support their life in the times. And number ten, whereas the growing, yes, it is whereas the growing populations of the system cultivation community makes a tremendous demand on food supply. Yeah. Number 11, in many countries, the government is encouraging the system cultivator to take on a more permanent type of sedentary uh, subsistence farming. I mean, practice this sedentary, the types of sedentary, the subsistence farming. It means that the government encourage it means that I highlight for you in a bracket of the underlines phrase. A practice in which the same crops are planted on the same piece of land year after year. Yeah, as it is done in Central America and some country in Southeast Asia. So both food crops are, as well as cash crops, are cultivated using more sufficient tools, organic manures, and great farm care. More animals are kept, including cows and goats, for both meat and milk. The children of sedentary farmers may work in nearby plantations, factories, for mines. Mm, their earnings can help their parents to buy food and modern appliances from outside, thus raising the standard of living. Yes, as well. So now move on to the next slide. About this one, what type of farming is wet paddy cultivations? Yes. Okay, now look at it. Wet paddy cultivation is the best example of an extensive subsistence type of farming, or referred to as intensive oriental agriculture. Yes. As the crop is best developed and practically confined to the monsoons lands of Asia. Yes, land of Asia. In Malaysia, wet paddy farming is better known as uh, sawah agriculture. It means sawah agriculture. The sawah here is, I mean, a Malaysia word. Yeah, which means flooded field. The flooded field, as wet paddy seedlings are ground in flooded paddy fields. Yes, actually in Cambodia as well, when the people do not uh, or they can't, Cambodian people can't not plant the seedlings in the field because of the big flood in the field. So they have to uh, okay uh, use this, yeah, a long rise. We can say that when the waters go up and up, so the people have to plant the rice that is called yeah, in our Khmer language, that throw like duck, right? It means they have to yeah, grow this crops. And in number three, paddy is also cultivated as a dry paddy or hill paddy on drier ground. Yeah, paddy is also cultivated as dry paddy or hill paddy on their drier ground. On drier ground. Yeah. And the next one, so where, yeah, is a wet paddy ground in Asia? Where is wet paddy ground in Asia? So you also looks in your textbook together to the page, maybe page 86. Yeah, page 86. It will show, yes, uh, it will be shown you, yeah, it will be shown you about the wet paddy grounds in Asia. Yeah. Number one, wet paddy is the staple food for Oriental people. So what is Oriental? Sorry, staple food for people this day. So the staple food these days, it means something refer to the food for people around the world eat daily to support their everyday life, like rice, like fruits, vegetables, something like that. They already eat every day. This is called staple foods. Yeah, staple foods or staple food. So you can pronounce in two ways. A pronunciation is staple or staples. And American pronunciation we pronounce is staple, but in British English we pronounce is staples. Yeah, and paddy is tropical cereals. Paddy is tropical cereal. Paddy needs a heavy annual rainfall of over 200 millimeter. Paddy is harvested during sunny dry seasons, and it needs the temperature between 2 centigrade and 70 centigrade without any cold seasons or frost of any kind. Yes. And the third one, the most red paddy growing areas in Asia, the river basins and coastal lowlands of China. China is the world's number one rice producers. I mean, 36% about this one. You have to look to the page 86. There are pictures that I mentioned about. Uh, that is shown for you about this one. Okay, now move on to the next one. The Ganges. Yeah, the Ganges. I mean, this one, the Ganges, is in India, or we can say that India rivers, Ganges, of Bangladesh, Pakistan. Yeah, and the next one is also in continental Southeast Asia. Rice is growing widely ground along the coast of Vietnam, the Mekong Delta, the Menam, uh, Chao Phraya, basins of Thailand, and Aravalli, basins of Myanmar. It is most widely grown in Malaysia too. And the last ones in Insular, Southeast Asia, all the islands in Indonesia, in Java and Sumatra. Yeah, this is where the paddies, yeah, is ground in the this place, whereas the paddy, white paddy, is ground in Asia. Yeah. So now we take a look to the next one. Oh, sorry, that's all for you. I only I did for you in this slide. So only have 7 slides for you to study about these points in GD2 uh, from page 83 until page 80, 86 or 87. Only 7 slides for you. So if you have any question to ask me about this types of farming, you can ask me from the points that I have mentioned for you uh, about the 16 cultivations. Okay, and in the more objective you will know the next, yeah, the, the next part in next weekend. Goodbye, see you, good luck.